I'm Siona Bose. Welcome to my channel, Learning Builds Life, and today we are going to talk about molecular shape and function. Previously, we have discussed about atomic orbitals. S, 2s, and 3 p orbitals. Means 3 p orbitals. These are the base for molecular shape. Let's say some examples. For example, means actually this is a very easy to understand concept. H2 and O2, like H2 or O2, means which have only like 2 atoms. Those are linear. They don't have any complicated shape. But if there are more than 2, then it leads to some complicated shapes forming. For example, water, H2O. In the ball and stick model, if we see, then if this is O, and like here H, there should be an angle of 104.5 degrees. And if we say the orbital concept of this, it will be like actually when we superimpose the orbitals, all of them, it will look like this. I'm drawing it here. 1 p orbital, second p orbital, third p orbital, 2s orbital, S1s. This is how the superimposed figure will look like. Now if we do that like a rough, for example like this, and then this, it will be like this arrangement, and then if we join the ends of the end parts of these ovals, which are the parts of the p orbitals, then we get this shape. Imagine here is the center, this is the center, the O, and it branches out the H. This is how it will look like in the orbital figure. This forms a tetrahedron. Tetrahedron, or a triangular pyramid. Triangular pyramid. Another example is methane, CH4. Its structure is like this, then it also gets the perfect tetrahedron shape. If we superimpose this on this, this is another how we can look at this. If the C is in the center, let's say, sorry, and then we are branching out the hydrogens, that also forms a perfect tetrahedron. Over here, it's supposed to have this 104.5 degree angle, but here and here we have to consider the O here and the H2, the 2 hydrogen atoms branching out, and over here it's perfect, as I just said. So in case of methane, it is the perfect tetrahedron, but with bigger molecules, like just beyond this, let's say, it will have more complicated shapes. More complicated shapes. But this will be the recurring. It will be a recurring motif. That means this is a pattern for the more complicated molecules. It's a pattern motif. This will be maintained, the tetrahedron. Now, since we have discussed about these orbitals, we can move on to how molecular shape and function it's a crucial part in the aspect of biology. But before that, we may take a look at the board. Moving forward with our next concept. Continue. But before moving on to the next concept, I would like to elaborate on the tetrahedral figures which I discussed in the previous concept. Over here, actually, if you take OH, like the H2O, water, then why is it tetrahedron even though it's not fully perfect like the structure of methane, which also I will explain by superimposing it. Let's see. Now, if I superimpose OH on this, it will look like here O in the center and OH. But why is it tetrahedron? Because of the lone pairs. Sorry. But it's not perfect tetrahedron, so let's see the same thing in case of methane. Okay, let's draw the conventional and also the shape. Yes, I'm drawing with this. The tetrahedron shape. Now moving on to methane. Now superimposing the structure. And the structure, shape. This is how it will look like. Now we can move on to how this molecular shape and function is crucial in the aspect of biology. Take the example of opiates. For example, morphines. What about these? Morphine is a type. With this, actually, opiates are obtained from opium. Now let's talk about what is the significance over here. Morphines are consumed by humans for pleasure, and it also alters moods. Pleasure. Pleasure and altering moods. They are consumed for this, and there are receptors in the brain which it means when we consume morphines, then receptors in the brain will understand, okay, this has come, and then it will attach themselves to the receptors, leading to whatever function is supposed to occur. It means the pleasure and the altering moods. But the question is that why will there be receptors in the brain for something which is not endogenous? It's not endogenous. And why will there be receptors? Well, in 1975 it was discovered there were endogenous morphines. I'm writing it here. Endogenous morphines. From here, endorphins, but endorphins doesn't have the E. We get from endo and orphins over here. Endorphins. Excuse me. Endorphins are produced by the pituitary gland. Means it's made in the pituitary gland. And then it actually has similar functions to what morphine does. It causes euphoria and relieves pain. Relieves pain and gives euphoria. Relieves pain and gives euphoria. That means pleasure, a lot of pleasure. But what does it relate to morphines? Well, morphines and endorphins, endorphin fragments have a similar structure to morphines, which allow them to bind non-covalently. That is what the endorphins are, the receptors for the morphines, the endogenous morphines, which allows the morphines, when consumed, to work in the body. So this is one example of which we can understand that molecular shape and function are crucial to biology, the aspects in biology as well. Now you may take a look at the board. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.